I'm going to take you along with me as I check off some things off of my stationery Happy Mail list. So first thing is I've got to pack up this BENU pen to the winner of my giveaway that I ran recently. I've got to prepare some ink samples that I'm going to be sending to a friend, and I'm also going to be working through some Happy Mail that I want to send, and I will chat with you a little bit about the washi tape shop, which is collaborating with me on some Happy Mail that I'm planning on sending to some of you. And then if you're interested, maybe I'll just talk through it as we get some of these other items done. I'll tell you a little bit about what's going on in the office, because as you may see, there's a lot of shadows on my desk right now. I have lit a candle to see if that helps with the darkness, but to make a long story short, we've been working on an office makeover over the last few weekends. And while I'm really excited about how the office is feeling and the new desk setup that we've been working on, it has meant that I'm further away from the window, and therefore my desk is almost constantly in shadow. So it's going to take me some time to figure out how to bring light back into this space without all the glare that this desktop loves to give. But that's going to take time. So I hope you'll bear with me with all the shadows. We'll just pretend this is a cozy nighttime session. And if you have any things on your to-do list that you'd like to get done while watching this video, then this is your invitation to grab those things and let's be productive together. So I'd like to invite you to grab yourself something to drink, a snack, and something to keep you cozy or productive while we hang out and chat. So I have my hot water here, and my snack of choice today are these Ovaltine biscuits. They come in little pre-packaged sets of 5, so clearly I've already had 2 of them. But yeah, I really like these. They're really nice with coffee and tea or hot water. Let's tackle this list. So the first thing is I'm going to pack up this beautiful BENU pen that I will be sharing with the winner of the giveaway. So we've got the cartridge in here, we've got the booklet that comes with the pen, and we'll just make sure that I'm sending away. So just a last look in the shadows of this gorgeous, gorgeous pen. I love how understated it is. And I think this would go so well with any kind of blue-black, purple-black, dark gray, maybe black with shimmer. I think this pen is so beautiful, and I love this beautiful broad nib. Oh, not in camera. This beautiful broad nib. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But yeah, I've washed it to the best of my ability. I've cleaned it out, and I'm looking forward to giving this pen to the winner. So we'll pack that away. Okay, so that's the pen. I've already written out a little letter, and I think it's only fitting if I share a little extra in my package. So we are going to pack up this Happy Mail, and I'm going to share some washi tape. And the washi tape that I'm going to share is all going to come from this beautiful basket of amazing washi tapes that were sent to me by the washi tape shop. Actually, let me clarify. These beautiful washi tapes here with the grids and the neutral pink and brown tones, these were all actually washi tape that I bought years ago. So I have been a fan of the washi tape shop for quite some time. And when they reached out, I guess they've been reaching out to a few creators, and I'm so grateful that they included me in this reach out. They gave me an opportunity to pick some washi tapes, and I actually also picked some stamps, and I want to share some of their amazing washi tapes with a few of you. So we'll get into how we'll be doing that later on in the video. I'm gonna insert some B-roll of me unboxing some of this beautiful washi tape because I did do that before we redid the office and I had a lot more natural light at the time. So I'm just gonna put that B-roll in. So I think for this person, because I wanna continue on the theme of the dark and moody nighttime pen. So I think that the washi that I'm going to share are going to come from this amazing, I think it's called Happy Journaling or Happy Journaler set. This is actually a collaboration with Littlecocostudio, and I have been eyeing this washi tape set for so long, and I honestly would have bought it on my own, but I was trying to work through my ridiculously large stash of washi tape before I brought any more washi tape into my home. And thanks to NaNoWriMo in February, I think I was able to finish up like 40 rolls of washi tape, which it's kind of embarrassing that I had that much washi tape to begin with, but it felt really good to use up that washi tape. So when the opportunity came for me to pick some washi tape, this was the first set that I asked for. So I'm gonna share some of this because I think it goes nicely with the neutral theme of the pen. So I think because the washi tape shop has their own backing for their washi tapes, one thing that I do sometimes when I share washi tape in these types of samplers is I will rip off the back and just treat it like regular washi tape. Today, I think I'm going to try something a little bit different so that the person who's receiving the pen can experience the washi tape shop like with this backing, so that it just makes it easier for you to figure out where you want to place your washi tape. And especially with this type of washi tape, because it's not kiss cut, unlike some of their newer washi tapes where they've already pre-cut the images, so they're like little stickers. With this one, it's all one roll. So if you wanted to have that sort of sticker look, then you'd have to cut it manually yourself. And I think that would be easier to do if you didn't have to take the backing off. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to, I guess I can only fit two, so maybe I'll give these two, because I think these match very nicely together. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm actually going to grab some of my spare washi tape, like little offcuts that I save, because I save everything. So some of these little offcuts, I'm gonna grab those, and that's what I'm gonna use to keep things in place. So I'm gonna start, maybe I'll grab this one because it's nice and small. This is a little offcut from the Coffee Monsters Co. washi. So I want to make sure this person gets a few, like a nice sampling. So I think I need to grab my scissors. So I'll just fold it. Hopefully it travels okay. You'll have to let me know how this goes. And I'm just gonna grab another little piece of washi tape and we'll just close it off like that. So that seems to be okay. I'm optimistic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing with this one. And look how beautiful these are. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, and then we'll grab another piece of washi. Okay, so I think that seems to have worked out well, and now this person can enjoy the washi as it's sort of meant to be enjoyed. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I always like to leave a couple of little extras. A few more. This one says paper lover. I think it's pretty fitting. Okay, so I think we're ready to pack this up. And I will put some additional, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I will put some additional packaging around here to make sure that it stays secure. But we are done. So that is the first task done. Great, okay. So next I'm going to work on ink samples. So I've got my list over here. I did make my own labels and dots using sticker paper because I do have a sticker cutter from when I used to have my sticker shop. So I'm actually running low and I should probably make some more labels, but I think in the interest of time, I might just use regular paper because I find that even when I use sticker paper for labels, I usually have to add tape around it anyway because these don't stick very well. The tops stick fine, but it's around the edges that they don't really do so well. So actually, I think these ones are almost done anyway, but I'll see how many I have. Actually, it looks like that's all I have. So maybe we won't do the tops for these particular ones, but hopefully that means for the person who is going to be receiving these, they can have fun doing the labeling and discovering the inks on paper. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my ink sample holder, and this is from Fountain Pendulum. And the other thing that I need to make sure that I do is I need to label everything. I'm actually going to use these Post-it notes because I've had this for a really long time and I don't use it that frequently. So I think it'll be great to use for labeling purposes. And usually with my labels, I use my Platinum 3776, and right now I have this inked with Diatramentus Document Black. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to label all the inks that I need to create, and then I will start filling them up. Actually, I think I'm going to cut them first just to make sure that I don't get the sizing wrong. So if you are planning to send ink samples to friends and you are procrastinating, let this be an invitation to get those ink samples done, because I love sharing my ink samples, but sometimes I procrastinate on actually setting up the samples. Okay, so I've got all my labels done. I don't know if you can hear that, but Coconut's just having some dreams over there. So I'm going to get some clear tape and I'm going to add the labels to all of these. Okay, so we've got all of that done, which is great. So now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fill these in, and I do need to get some water, so I will do that and I'll be right back. So I'm gonna grab these inks. Okay, so we'll start with Peter Moss. So Peter Moss is right here. Okay, well, I'm finished putting together those samples. So I think we can go ahead and check that off. Okay, so I'm going to very carefully move these off to the side. They're probably going to fall, but I will pack these up later. Next, I'm going to decorate a couple of envelopes and show you some more of these gorgeous washi tapes. Maybe we'll just have a bit of a catch up on how the week went, how things are going with the office, and then we'll wrap things up. So for the envelopes, I think I'm going to use a mix of this kind of text heavy washi tape, and I've also got these really beautiful butterfly washies, so I think I'm going to make a couple of envelopes using that. And what I like to do with this washi is just I like to rip it up to give it maybe a little bit of texture. And we'll also use a bit of this washi. So I'm going to decorate 2 envelopes at a time. So I believe the Washi Tape Shop is actually a Canadian business. The person who reached out to me, they said their signature showed that they were in Toronto. And I think it's really cool that they collaborate with other artists. So like Studio, I always thought it was really cool they did this collaboration. And like I said, I always thought it was a very beautiful washi tape set. Yeah, so for this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab some of these large and small stamps, and we're going to kind of go maybe gallery wall style with these. So I find it easier personally to just snip these off so I can kind of work with them as if they were like a sticker sheet. But I love these Kiss Cut ones so much because while I love my PET tape, it is sometimes a little, it gets exhausting having to cut them all the time. And I love that these ones are just so easy to use. I think. So this week is the official first week of the Artist's Way. So Leanne and I actually recorded our sort of introduction, how we're feeling before we actually kick things off conversation. We recorded that and Leanne posted it on her Patreon account. So if you're curious, I will share a link in my I'll share a link in the description, but we were both really nervous for the conversation, but we had a good time. We were unsure if we would, how long it would go, and we thought we would cap it off at an hour if it was starting to go over that. But I remember thinking that it might be hard to even get to 30 minutes. The time just flew by so quickly, and we've already had some really great conversation in the comments of her Patreon. So if you did end up commenting, thank you. We read them all, and we're so excited to be embarking on this Artist's Way journey. I think the conversation just made me even more excited. Yeah, otherwise, a lot of energy has gone towards the office makeovers. So, yeah, it was actually quite a process because it's an office that gets used quite regularly, which is part of the reason why it has taken so long to do anything with it. When we first moved in, this was the first room that we added any kind of paint or made any kind of modification. I chose this really dark green color at the time because I was going for this dark academia look, and I was happy with it for maybe a year, but I quickly found that it was just a little bit too dark and it felt too cold. So that was one of the first times that I felt like I made a decision based on what was trending at the time. Like the color that I chose was Benjamin Moore Salamander, and that color was very trendy at the time that I chose it. And since then, I've really tried to take a step back and figure out what colors I'm drawn to, regardless of whether they are trending or not. And I've slowly been painting the rest of our home, but I had left the office for quite some time because I was very undecided about the color, and I actually did buy a different color for the office that I chose not to use in the end because I thought it was just going to make the office feel really dark, and considering the amount of time that we spend in here, I just wanted something a little lighter and brighter. So we ended up breaking things out into 2 weekends, which was Mike's suggestion, and I'm really actually grateful that he had that suggestion because I'm someone who will dive into a project and I won't stop until it's done. And sometimes that's a good thing because it feels satisfying to finish up a project, and it's not very nice living in chaos, but it's just not realistic for trying to work at the same time. So what we did was we painted half the room. We were able to empty out half the room and paint that half. And then we kind of patched the room back together so that we could continue working and work throughout the week. And then on the next weekend, we moved everything kind of over to the other side of the room and painted the rest of it, including the ceiling. So we did paint the whole room, the walls, the ceiling. I was going for the color drenching look. And now the room is this really beautiful earthy green, which is one of my favorite colors. I used Faro and Ball Bancha, and it's actually the same color that we used in our powder room or half bath. And I've always loved the color, so instead of just trying to find a different shade of green, I thought, why not just go for a color that I already know that I love. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. And it was really nice because this is something that my partner and I actually did together. So I was really glad that this time around I didn't have to paint on my own, because the last few rooms that I've painted, I've done on my own, and painting is exhausting. I actually did kind of vlog part of the painting process, at least the first weekend, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything with it because I remember being really tired and frustrated, and I'm pretty sure I basically complained the whole time about how tiring painting is. So I don't know if I'm going to post any of that, but if I do, maybe I'll do it on my Patreon or something, just because I don't know that, like, I don't know if it'd be interesting. So let me know if you're interested in seeing house stuff. I have a few videos on my channel about other makeovers that I've done in our home, and I really like them because it's documenting the work that we've done, and I'm really happy with the progress of our home. I think it takes time to make your home your own, and I think I had this thought initially that it would be really fast, but it hasn't turned out that way, and I think that's totally fine. Just gonna see if there's anything else that I want to add to the envelopes. Okay, so this is some examples of how I would decorate the envelopes. I think they're really cute, and I love how easy that was compared to when I decorate my envelopes sometimes with PET tape. I have to cut everything out very slowly, and the end result is nice, but it's actually nice to just be able to just have a little fun, like, you know, not overthinking things and just enjoying the process. So, yeah, so in terms of the letters, as you may already know, whenever I collaborate with a company, I always try to find a way to share some of these products with you, because I wouldn't even be getting these opportunities to receive products like these gorgeous washi tapes, or in the past like fountain pens, that kind of thing. So I always check with the company first to see if it's okay if I share along what I receive. So I'd love to share some of these beautiful washi tapes with you. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a Google form in my description. And if you would like me to send you some happy mail and some of these gorgeous washi tape samples, then I'm going to invite you to fill out your information. I am going to cap it this time to 10 letters. So I will send 10 letters anywhere in the world to whoever signs up first. I wanted to show a few clips of me using the washi tape to decorate a letter that I'm writing to myself. So as part of week 1's tasks for the Artist Way, there are some exercises around doing what Julia calls time travel, where you are meant to list 3 old enemies of your self-worth and champions of your self-worth. And it makes me think a lot about psychodynamic theory, but that's a topic for another day. After you list out these enemies and champions, Julia invites you to write letters to yourself, and one of them is a happy piece of encouragement, a thank you letter that you can mail to yourself or to a long-lost mentor. I decided that I'm going to mail myself a letter. I love the idea of writing to a future self or writing to a past self. That makes me think a lot of narrative therapy, and I love the idea of nurturing that future self. So I wanted to share that as we come to the end of this week's video. If you're still here, thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And if you're interested in joining Leanne and I for the Artist Way, it's definitely not too late. So feel free to join both of our Patreon accounts, the free tier, and we would love to have you join in on this 12-week journey. Also, if you would like to sign up for me to send you some happy mail, don't forget to check out the Google form that I'll leave in the description of this video. As I mentioned, I will cap it at the first 10 who respond, but I'm sure I will do more of these happy mail call outs in the future because I really love connecting with all of you, and I'm so grateful for your engagement and for the time that you spend with me each week. I think that's it for today. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye.